All right. Just hang on. Gotta go back. Gotta go back. All right. Hang on. Oh, edit these. All right. All right. Now we're just going to have to wait and see who uh, who shows up because nobody's here. Uh, I know I should be on another channel. I can't get on that channel either. Uh, all sorts of problems I'm going to have to deal with. So let me see. Access to that teacher. Manage that teacher. Right, that doesn't help. Nobody's here. Over here. Well, there I am, so it works. Okay, still nobody here. I'm keeping my eye over there. Oh, still nobody here yet. Oh boy, it's really, really smart. No, that's not true. Actually, I don't feel anything. I know I got all things here. I'm sorting to send more stuff to David to sell. Still nobody. Uh, there you go. I've been here for almost 5 minutes. Uh, I can't seem to log in to the Mark Trip Magic account, and that's a pain in the tuchus. So, but we're here. I don't think Sam's coming. I don't think anybody's coming except you, Nick. I had planned on teaching the block release, but like I said, the maker got a hold of me last week and said, I'm not ready. I need a few more days. If that's okay, I'll send you something special with your order. Well, just get me the order. Um, excuse me. Well, we've now hit the beginning of September. Specifically, today is September 2nd. Hang on a second here. Oh, it's another message from you, Nick. Uh, so I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I really hoped that Sam was going to see this, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him think. Uh, that's the Foxism version of that quote. Let me start here. I posted something on the forum. I don't think anybody really looked at it or read it. It's a fantastic psychological test. And they talk about it at great length in the link. Basically, it says this: if you're having a picnic or a barbecue in your backyard or at the park, whatever, what they tell you to do first is put out regular white napkins and watch the people as they get in line to get their food. And you'll see them grab whole handfuls of napkins, wipe their mouth, drop it down, all those sorts of things. When that set of people go, switch out the napkins. In this case, they used red napkins. All of a sudden, people were only taking one napkin at a time. They treated them like they were special or more important. And I said, well, that's kind of unique. I wonder if that works with other things. Now, I haven't got any response back, so I can tell you whether it did or didn't work. Normally, I use these. These are double window envelopes, and I will show you how I use them in just a little bit. These are number 10 envelopes. That's very important. And I get these right from Amazon because it buries the prices at Staples or Office Max Depot, any of those places. I got 500 of these for about 20 bucks. But after I saw and read about that psychological experiment, I got a bunch of these. And oh, yeah, they're double window envelopes, but they're red. Also, number 10, very important. Now, all of them are self sealing. I am not blah, 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 or using the sponge or any of that nonsense. I pull this strip and off we go. So now, one of the things that I very quickly learned, the windows on this standard business envelope are not the same as on this envelope. So I had to do some tweaking. Now, I wish, and I don't know how, I wish I could show you my Microsoft Word as I was doing all of this. There may be a way, but I have no idea. What I am going to do is, let's see here. Let me click on that. It's going to take this a minute to come up. Okay. And let me print one of those. See, I wish you could see what I'm seeing. Then I would explain how I put this letter together. Okay. It's getting ready to print. My grabber. Probably everybody in Magic who's into business is using some variation of the Dan Kennedy marketing plan. This letter is based on that as well. But here's the first thing I want you to notice. The fan is blowing. Okay. Top left is my information. And notice that tagline, that funny magic guy. That way they know it's not a bill. And then I've got, now this is for, this is for senior assisted living centers. So the top line says activity director. Now notice this tagline, headline. Who else wants an interactive, fun, and affordable entertainment for their residents? That is 100% Dan Kennedy. You'll see magicians using it all over the place. I don't know why I'm getting these messages. Numerous ways to use it, but that's right up there. Then we get to the Dear Activity Director. My name is Mark Tripp. I am a professional magician located in Atlas, Michigan. I specialize in performing interactive magic shows for children of all ages. In that sentence, I'm saying it's fun, it's visual, and it's clean. Next paragraph. With Halloween coming, guys, or guy, Nick, we're 2 months away. Every senior assisted living place is going to have some sort of a Halloween party. With Halloween coming up, I've decided to have a special sale on my vaudeville magic show. Now, that's one show I sell them. I have another one when I run out of the vaudeville sales, a magical variety show. More on that later. This show is 30 minutes long and was designed specifically for seniors. The Vaudeville Magic Show is full of magic, comedy, puppets, and audience interaction. Next paragraph. This show normally costs $300 and up. But when performing for your seniors, the show will only cost $150. So that's half price. It's easy to next paragraph. It's easy to schedule a show. Pick up the phone and call me at 810-429-4344. You can also schedule me on the internet at marktripmagic.com. Now, that's a subtle way to say, go look at my reviews, go look at my stuff. I wanted this whole letter to fit on one page. I'm going to show you something else in a second that's kind of cool. Thank you. Your sales letters always have a PS, Dan Kennedy. Sometimes PPS and PPPS. But then you start getting into more than one page. P.S. Be sure to call now as the dates are filling fast, and I wouldn't want your residents to miss out on the Vaudeville Magic Show. This is called a call to action. Tell them to do something. Now, when you make your first letter, once you've done that, now you got to fool around a bit and adjust things. For this letter to fit correctly in the red ones, I had to change the margins. Now, I'm going to assume you don't know anything about this, Nick. Normally, when you're sending a letter, you put the letter face up under the flap of the envelope. You then take this end and you fold it to the edge of the envelope. Then, once you have folded that, you bring the top edge down level to that line. When you do that, the letter will fit every single time. No messing around. But to do this, what we do, it's the same thing, but I turn it face down. Now, it's going to be hard for me to do this because I got to rub my hand over things. But, like I just said, you take the bottom edge, you fold it up, bring it into alignment with the bottom of the envelope, and you fold it just like that. And now I take the top edge and I line it up with the new with the folded edge. So I end up with this. Why do I use window envelopes? I don't want to mess with labels. If you've got a list, you can do mail merge. But notice what I did fooling around. Do you see how the headline is visible above the fold? That funny magic guy is in bold, and your address and their address is all there. I take the envelope, I insert into the envelope, and if the activity director isn't fully shown, it's okay because the address is. Now over here, I have 100 forever stamps in a little stamp holder, and I'll stamp this envelope. Now, I've already sent to these people, so I'm not going to do that. Now, what I want you to see, though, just for FYI, now, that's a little different. This could actually be this way a little bit when I'm using the white ones. It has to be that way to fit in the red ones. So you got to tweak it. Once you've got it, save it. Now, Uh, Nick, I'm not going to say this next part out loud. I can't do it. I'm sorry. The fact of the matter is, I have competitors who are extremely negative. It's extremely unfortunate, and I can't take the risk of them getting all of this. You give me a buzz when you're sitting in front of your computer so you can do this, and I'll show you the next part. But the bottom line is, it's the 1st of September. It's time to go after active markets, not reactive. Oh, I've got an ad on the dash. I'm going to wait for the phone to ring. You're going to starve. And it's time, and I've done it myself. I have been depressed. I have been upset. I've been an alcoholic. Well, I'm still an alcoholic. I just don't drink. Uh, there's an old Greek mythology about Hercules. You got a slave is given the task from his master to get this scroll to another landowner, and he has to get it there by nightfall. The master lets him use his chariot, and the slave is riding as fast as he can. He hits a ditch or a hole or whatever, and the wheel tips. He's going to have to lift this chariot and push the wheel back on. Terrified for his possible loss of life, he calls on the mighty Hercules. Oh, great Hercules, come and save me. And the clouds part and thunder and darken, and down from a cloud from Mount Olympus is the mighty Hercules. And the slave says, hey, there's 2 people here now. Say hello, whoever you be. He says, oh, mighty Hercules, save me from my problem. And Hercules looks down and says, slave, shut up and lift. God helps those who helps themselves. Obviously, the point of that story is put your shoulder to the wheel. Then Hercules will help you. Well, it shows 2 people, but I don't know who else is in here, Nick. And if they don't tell me who they are, they're suspicious. But seriously, what are things you can go after? Daycare centers, preschools, church daycare centers, church preschools. That's an active market. And what you should do is mail call. Activity director is not nearly as good as Jane Doe, if it's really Jane Doe. But daycares, assisted living, you would be stunned how many there are. Now, neither one of those pay very much. But I constantly hear people saying what they get for a birthday party. And if you read what they say, oh, yeah, I bring a sound system and I bring a backdrop and I get $500 just to walk in the door. Well, I can't say you're a liar, but I can say I've been doing this a long time. I have, with very few exceptions, I have never been anywhere where there was room for a backdrop. The average living room or basement. First off, let's talk about basements. You want to haul that crap in? And at those distances, why do you need a sound system? Oh, I'm going to play music. Really? I've got these two Bose speakers for my computer. I used to take them around for music. Now I just don't do it. I do the Brian Flora methodology. I don't carry any of that because but A, I don't want to carry it in down and up. Number two, you don't want anything that has to sit there. If I take in part A and I got to leave it there while I go after part B, I could lose part A. Had it happened to in schools. Got a $1,500 sound system, just walk away. And my boss was not understanding. So I realized, nope, I'm going to have to do this uh, in one trip. So, and then you get into the front room. Are you kidding? There's hardly enough room for me and the kid to stand next to me and do magic. So, no. Uh-uh. These bigger things, well, I'm going to tell you, senior citizens' homes, I don't need that microphone. Daycare centers, if we're talking 20, 30 kids, I don't need that microphone. So, why? But you have to find the things to go after. This year's library theme is conservation. I'm going to own that one. Now, this is a little old, and I'm not worrying who sees it because you can't copy it. Because I had Ed Harris do it from scratch. The only thing I got to change, I'm going to scan it, change that address. But place, date, time, and admission, they can use these, photocopy them, put them up. I'm getting ready to start sending to libraries next week because I want them to see my name. I've got to, and that's the letter I send. I have to change some things. Dear librarian, if you don't have a solution, you're part of the problem. It is time to unscramble the confusion of posters, buttons, and accusations. Mark Tripp shows you the hotline of environmental action and how this went to a school and how your students can direct their energy and concern into clear, purposeful action. How does your daily routine unknowingly rob or replenish the earth? What commonplace things in your life will have no place in the clean world of the future? What devices and techniques will be used instead? Exactly what can you do now? Mark Tripp will break open a store of tactics that you can begin to use right now in your school, in your home, in your library, and in your mind to save the earth. I could keep going. This is typical Dan Kennedy. And this and this, two whole sheets of paper, are going to get folded up and go into a window envelope. Call. Who makes these decisions? You write the name down. Mail. Mail merge it into what I just showed you to do and send it to that person. After 5 business days, did you get the letter? Any questions? I've talked about this before, guys. But unfortunately, some of the trip trashers over at the FCM deliberately got me mad enough that I deleted all of that stuff. Doesn't hurt me. I know every single thing I said. It hurts everybody else who might have wanted to learn from that. Okay, if you're out there, say hi, and because I'm going to ask, are there any questions so far? And I'll wait till you do. It can get awful boring. Oh, let me tell you, Nick, what nobody did. I had Ed Harris do my caricature. Now, hang on. You know what these are? These are 30 years old if they're a day. I have the original Ed Harris clip art. I have the original Ed Harris folding magic tricks. But do you see how different it looks with my caricature there, not some crappy Photoshop picture? Over the years, Ed must have sold a bazillion of these. But you know how many teachers said, I hate to tell you this, but somebody has stolen your advertising. And then they'll show me an Ed Harris thing that's got some guy's picture on it. And it photocopies terribly. Mine looks like it belongs there, doesn't it? Now, that second person in the room, I'd like to hear from you. This is my ESP stuff. I haven't fixed this one up yet. These are postcards that you can send to those people, or if you book it, hey, I'm on my way. Uh, I have postcards in here from Ed Harris. Again, typical Ed Harris flyer. But look at the difference when the same artist made your picture. I've got postcards in here that you give to the birthday mom because they're invitations. And you give her the thank you cards when you leave. Um here's hang on, this is starting to make a mess and I don't want to do that. Yeah, when we went through the warehouse a few weeks ago, we came upon all of that. Hang on, two down here. Now, here's another one. Again, look at the difference when you have the artwork done. Here's my hypnosis one. Now, yeah, I dug all this stuff out because I have every intention of not starving. Any questions up till now? I'm waiting for somebody to say something. I'm going to wait. what that is. Okay. Come on, guys, say something. Kind of funny. Somebody say something, or I'll think maybe you ain't there. Okay. Ah, well, yeah, that much. Absolutely. Now, I'm going to tell a story from my past at Carol's kitchen table. I was getting into sleight of hand, uh, and Carol was aware of it. So one night at the table, he said, "Tripper, I understand what you're doing. Let me help you." And he took my hand and he put it on the table and he started rubbing it. "I am now giving you the skill of Die Vernon, of Slidini," and he names all these different guys. Ed Marlowe, da 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 da. "And you're great. You are now the greatest sleight of hand that with a deck of cards the world has ever known. And it's just before your most important performance." And he did that and went wham right on my hand. If it had been anybody else, it would have hurt. Me, it sort of bounced. I just looked at him. He said, "You just slammed your hand in the car door and you're on in 5 minutes. Now, what are you going to do?" Well, as you know, a couple of months ago, I took a pretty bad fall down the stairs. This entire pad of my thumb and this section, it's numb like you put Novocaine in there. I have no feeling at all. And I have told you guys for a considerable length of time. Ouch. Ouch. What my strolling set is. And yeah, I have told you that. Told you all about it. Um, the thing I hate about this is these dividers that they say are adjustable. The bottom can move away, and then things don't stay put. Um, you should know by now that my opening has been for a bazillion years is I open with the color changing knives, and then I go in to mental photography. This was so clean the other day, and now it's such a pain in the tuchus trying to find everything. Maybe it's here, but I don't think it is. Yeah, I can feel it is. Yeah, this is a wonderful thing I bought years ago that I just found. It clips on your belt. On the outside, it's got your card that says, magic and your name. You got more cards inside there. It holds by a magnet. You flip it up, and it'll hold some gimmick coins and some cards and my knives, and I just walk around with that. But here's the problem. I cannot feel this thumb. Oh, whoever was number 2 has left. But see, the problem, Nick, we never got to know who that guy was. For all I know, it could be a competitor. So I've got to be careful. If I'm going to do the paddle move, that thumb has to do it. And unfortunately, I can't feel that thumb. So I've got to really look at the knife so I don't screw it up. When I want to do mental photography, my thumb does the work. Well, Shane could have said, "Hi, it's me." Then I would know it was him. But see, again, if I'm showing the cards different, everything feeds into that thumb. And if I don't stay conscious, I'll drop things, drop them in a heartbeat. So there's the 5. Now, see, all of this is done with the right thumb. And I got to push down to do this part. It's a pain. It's not easy. But what can I say? This trick absolutely kills. But I had to go back to the drawing board and see, again, I've got to push down. And I don't want to wreck the cards. So, what I have been working on, ouch, is tricks that don't require my thumb. I have 3 spectacular books. Most people don't buy them because they think okay, they think they're just abridged versions of the Card College series. In truth, these 3 books were written and published in Germany before Card College. Oh, Nick, I'm telling you, that was the second trick. Always. The line is every magician has to do a card trick. It's in the union rules. And I'm a good union man. So let me show you my card trick. You take them out, they're blank. Oh, no. I had these in my suit jacket when I sent it to the cleaners. Look what happened. Or, oh, I have a wife at home who thinks this is funny. The truth is, my high school sweetheart once glued my cards together. So I used that story to start mental photography. Then we went from there. But yeah, that's trick number 2. Trick number 3 is, and this is the bear, is hopping half. Now, the last show I did, I've got a backup, always have a backup. I messed up when I was reaching in the hand to do the moves, what's reaching? Numb thumb. And I hit them, and they all spewed onto the ground, hit the cement, and I lost the outer gimmick for the copper coin. But I, so now I got to be careful not to do that. I've got to come in from the side so there's no bumping. And this, trust me, this will kill them and do. But you'll notice I've got a lucky poker chip in there. Because if numb thumb is being a pain, I've got a solution. Now, okay, that's that. I know what that is. So, let's see what's in here. I'm so getting ready, cleaning things up. Basically, in here somewhere, I've got my marked cards, and I'm going up to that. But here, for example, is one of the new card tricks. I turn to one of the people, same line. Every magician has to do a trick with cards. I am no different. I have a lucky poker chip. I know it's going to go out of your sight in a second here, Nick. But you put it on the table in front of them. Now, see, that's already a violation. I don't want them to have to touch things. I don't want to need a table. I believe in what? No, I already had a new set of coins. Now I got to look around and see if I can find an English penny expanded shell, and then that one will be complete again. But back to this. So see, the first three, all they got to do is look. This one, they got to touch it. So you got to make sure you either put it in their hand or you put it on the table and tell them to put their hand on it. But you can see that's a legitimate poker chip. Now, when you buy this trick, you get two poker chips. One you do for major sleight of hand. I just use this one. And put their hand on it. Now, I just had it in my hands. Hang on. You know I got a ton of this stuff. And that thing about licking your thumb so you can do sleight of hand, yeah, that's icky as hell. Go back there. Now, you take the cards, you've done the lines. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If I fan them out or something, you're going to think I'm cheating. Tell you what, I'm just going to slowly go through the cards. You say stop anywhere you want. And you just start taking them off slowly, small groups. When they say stop, you show them the card. And as you know, that's the Hindu shuffle force. It never fails. Nobody's ever questioned it. Now, has everybody seen the card? Is your hand still on the poker chip? Well, you're not going to believe this, but when you turn that poker chip over, you're going to see your card. Everybody oohs and ahs. Go ahead. And this is what they see. It says your card. And everybody laughs and and you say, wait, I'm not done. Why don't you read that small print around the edge? Now they look. I'm trying to line this up. And it says, I know you picked the Queen of Hearts. Now, the other one, it says your card, and you palm that off, and there's a picture of their card. Simple and easy. And that goes in the same coin purse as my hopping half. My point is, and I do card on the forehead a lot now that I have numb thumb because I use my left hand for that. How I normally do card on the forehead, if I've got marked cards, I don't worry about it at all. They can take any card they want. I tell them, shuffle the cards till the cows come home, and we don't have any cows. You take one of the cards, give me the deck back, show that around to your friends. I'm mixing. I start shuffling. Just say stop, put your card back. When they put the card back, I look right at what the card is. Then you shuffle the deck, and then you say, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, hey, Mark, if you were a good magician, a really good magician, you'd let somebody else shuffle those cards. And you know what I say to that person? I say, shut up and mind your own damn business. Fine, go ahead. Then do whatever they're going to do. At that point, I take my hand and put it here while they're shuffling it. And I look. Boy, doing that when you sprayed the spray on is not pleasant. But you lick your hand. Then you put your hand here and you transfer it. Now things will stick. You take the cards back and you say, oh my, I didn't expect you were going to shuffle them like that. Let's go ahead and use the ace, the queen of hearts again. Now you go through the deck and you say, I don't know. No, my whole setup got destroyed. Now, when you find the queen, I'm going to cut it more to the middle. So you find the queen. When I break here, the queen's on top over here. I have no idea. See that action? I have no idea. And you give them a cut. Now the queen is on top. And you say, look through those, show me where your card is. And while they're doing that, see, left hand, no numb thumb. I didn't lick it enough because that taste was rather repugnant. And you put that there. Okay, well, look in here. It's got to be in there. And people will start screaming. So they finally look up, and here's the line. Oh, whoa. Was your card the Queen of Hearts? Do you know I've had that card in my mind all day? At least for the last 5 minutes. That takes the heat off of it. My point is, number one, always make sure you have backups. And point two, have other tricks that aren't quite, that if you hurt this hand, you can use this hand. That's it for this week, Nick. Hopefully I'll get that block this week and we'll go from there. But thanks for coming. And hopefully we'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye for now.